of them together. And Isaac spake unto Abraham his father and said, my father. And he said, here am I. And he said, behold, the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for a burnt offering? And Abraham said, my son, God will provide himself a what? A lamb for a burnt offering. So they both went on together. Notice what Abraham, he knows that already that God has said that I want you to burn him up. You know what he said? Offer him up as a burnt sacrifice. That means burn him up. In Abraham's heart, he's knowing that he's got to honor God's word. Meaning this is that God never asks us to do something that's hard. He asks us to do something that's difficult and impossible. When God asks us and stretches our faith, it always has a tinge of impossibility to it. You know why? Because he wants you to know that only I can do this. Only I. And I'm saying that in whatever you're facing, whatever you're going through, that impossible situation, only God, but he will turn it around. If he's already given you word, if he's already given you promise, he will turn it around. He just needs you to trust him. Abraham didn't waver, didn't stagger at that mountain. When he saw the mountain, he got excited. Wait a minute, what you getting excited about? Because your boy got to get burned up on that mountain. But he got excited. He got motivated. Why? Because he knew between there, where he was, and that mountain, God was about to perform a miracle. See, he was excited about the miracle. Listen, get excited about the miracle God is fixing to perform for you. Get excited about the changes that's about to happen in your life. You see what God said and don't look like it's in front of you. It don't look like it's happening to you. Get excited, because that just means that you're getting closer to the miracle. That's why I love the song that Allison and Charlotte does, that you're next in line. Because every time I hear that, because what it says to me is that he done moved some folk out the way, which means I got to get closer to the front. You got yours. So that don't mean I'm going further back. That means that I'm getting closer to mine. And if she got a miracle, that means that I have a miracle with my name on it too. I'm almost through. And verse number 9. And they came to the place which God had told him of, and Abraham built an altar there and laid the wood in order and bound Isaac his son and laid him upon the altar upon the wood. And Abraham stretched forth his hand and took the knife to what? To slay him. And the angel of the Lord called unto him out of the heavens and said, Abraham, Abraham. He said, here am I. Abraham is answering. And he said, lay not thy hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything unto him. For now I know. Let me say this. Do God really know that we really trust him? Are you at the point to where only God can change or fix a situation that you are limited to fix? Your resources are limited. You can't fix that. Your health is at a point to where the doctor don't have the prognosis. Are you at the point to where the family is all botched up and all chaotic, and no matter how much you try to bring peace in there, the peace brings problems and chaos? You see, all he's asking, can we, when we get to that point where all hope should be lost, we hold on to what he's already said, that if he's God, he'll still be God all the way through it. The miracle is in the making if you just hold on and hold out. Notice, this boy could have turned around. Abraham is an old man. He was 100 years old when he had him. So how old is he now? 114. So what is old man going to do with this young stud? Huh? He had to be strong because he carried his own sacrifice. You do understand that the sacrifice was made out of heavy wood. This wasn't no little light ordeal because a body had to lay on it. So I want you to understand that he was a very strong young man. Could have pushed Abraham down and slapped him a couple of times and said, you get up on the altar. But no, the boy had been trained by his father to trust God in all situations. See, when your children see you trust God and believe God, it'll come to a point to where you tell them to do something that their little head is telling them no, but something in their heart will tell them, yeah, because I've seen them believe God. Why do we respect our grandparents? Because we saw them going there with nothing in the refrigerator, but we still had a full course meal. Ain't nothing in the shelves, but everybody ate. And then there was something left over. How did they do that? Ain't nobody brought no groceries. Ain't nobody brought nothing in there. They went in there and went in all them pots that they had been putting those tops on and putting it in the back of the refrigerator. And before you know it, they came up with something that we didn't even know the name to. What that stuff? Can I have some more of that stuff? Can't tell you the number of times. Can I have some more of that stuff? You didn't even know what to call it. But that stuff was good. You know why? Because we saw them believe God. And at some point, we have to show our children that we know how to believe God. And they got to know that we trust God. Well, Daddy, why you still believe in God? Mama, why you still believe in God? They got to see that you're unflinching. You're unwavering. You won't be turned. You won't retrieve. You're going to stand on what you know God said. Because they're going to need that same faith at some point in the near future. I believe Isaac had to believe God too. Can you imagine him looking at a knife about to come down on him? I'll put yourself, the rabbit got the gun, if you know what I mean. You hunting, and you got the rabbit running, the rabbit panicking, and you shooting at the rabbit, pow, and he ducking and dodging, and you fool right here and stumble, and the gun slide to the rabbit. It ain't funny now, is it? Oh, you would laugh. I'm the great hunter when I had the gun. But the rabbit got it now. So what's your plea now? Don't shoot. The rabbit was saying don't shoot, and you laugh. I'm going to blow your brains out. I'm going to have rabbit feet and rabbit stew. And I'm saying that to say this, is that hear me. When the tides turn, because they are going to turn. Your situation is not going to stay the way that it is. They are going to turn. And I want you to understand that there's a miracle. What God has promised you is already there. What God has said that he's going to do is already there. You just don't see it yet. And he's not going to open eyes up until we have completely trusted him. I'll say that again. What God has promised you, you're not going to receive it. You're not going to obtain it. You are not going to hold it until you trust him fully. Certain things just not going to happen for a while. For warriors, for Wi-Fi. Till we trust him completely. Guess what? But if we keep on learning, his hand is still working. Long we know he's still working on us, it's a matter of time. We're still in the network. It's still subject to come to pass. He's going to do it. He just didn't tell us when. Last verse. Verse 12 says, and it say, lay not thy hand upon him. It says, now I know, last line, and now I know that thou fearest God, seeing that thou hast not withheld thy son, thine only son from me. And Abram lifted up his eyes, It wasn't until God said, I know you'll trust me. Can he say that to us tonight? I know you'll trust me. I know you'll trust me. Listen, don't trust in the people. Don't trust in the situation. Don't trust in the economy. Don't trust in the circumstances. Trust in what God has said. We call it instrument rated. Get locked into the instrument panel what God said. The storms are raging all around you. The mountains look like that they are caving in and closing in on you. Stay instrument rated. Stick with what God said. If he have to make you go through the mountain supernaturally, you'll go through the mountain. In other words, you're going to come out on the other side, no matter what the dangers are, no matter how many people have been swallowed up by the same set of circumstances.